Britt and I started this project back in 2010 when I moved out here to Seattle. I started making pickles in my sister's basement and handing them out to her friends, and lo and behold, here we are today. I've always known that there's a connection between fermented foods and human health, and the fact that there are cultural wisdoms in some of these products that have been made for thousands of years. There's something enduring about that. What we specialize in is lactofermentation, or lactic acid bacteria fermentation. This is a process where we establish an environment that allows for lactic acid bacteria to propagate and feed on the sugars of the vegetables. As they do that, they feed on the sugars and they create lactic acid. Lactic acid is what actually preserves the product. We got involved first with pickles and then kimchi and sauerkraut, and now we're finding that there are just so many other opportunities for lactic acid fermentation in vegetables. Workday at the hatchery, we'll start on Mondays mostly to plan, do our planning for the week. And Tuesday morning we'll usually get a produce delivery for whatever it is we're doing. If it's kimchi, it'll be mostly Napa cabbage and some other vegetables. And if it's the pickles, it'll be onions and the garlics and the other vegetables that we have to prep for the barrels of cucumbers. Wednesday, the other product comes in and we're ready to load, clean and load the products. We wash all of the cucumbers and sort them by their quality, look for defects and those types of things. And then put them together in the wooden barrels. Add the brine to them for the cucumbers, top them off, and let them set for about 3 weeks. There's a lot of creativity at the shop. Everybody gets a chance to offer their input into the process, and so we end up with quite a bit of collaboration amongst the people on the floor. And of course Trapp, who's now working with us, he's a executive chef background. He's been doing that for 25 years, so he has he comes at it from a different angle in terms of the flavors and mixing different flavors. But it's a lot of fun. It's a very creative process, and it allows us to come up with some really unique tasting products. We also use wood barrels, and we think that that makes a difference. I wanted to go back to the most traditional way of making these fermented foods. It's a really excellent container. It's not plastic, it's not stainless steel, or even a crock. When you first start working with them, provide tannins to the process, and tannic acid actually helps suppress the enzymes in the cucumbers that cause them to go soft. Eventually they give up all those tannins, but they're still an organic material. We wanted to capture that in our process. It takes a lot more work. You have to care for them. I mean, you can't just stack them up outside. They have to be prepped for every run, and they have to be maintained so they don't dry out too much, or you end up with a barrel that falls apart. It's one of the things that we wanted to establish as a hallmark of our process, was using the wooden barrels. The response has been unexpectedly good. When we do sampling at the markets, we find a lot of people say to us, "Oh, these are just like my grandparents made," or "This is just like I used to get down in Midtown in Manhattan in Brooklyn." It connects them with their culture, their heritage. And there's more to that than just the story. There's actually, when people bite into a product that's been naturally fermented, there's almost a response that the body gives it that says, "Wow, this is really good for me." And it tastes great. We realize that this fermentation movement, if you will, is going to actually be a much larger thing than just, a retail product. And we wanted to be part of the movement. We wanted to be educating people. We wanted to be offering services that would help them get involved in that artistic process of just doing fermented foods and having a real connection with it, more than just through our products. We started demos at Pike Place Market, and they were successful. And we came up with a home fermentation kit, which we named the Pickleator, and that ended up being a real success. That's who we are. As a company, we want to be connected with the people that we sell this product to. We feel that they thrive when we can get them not only a good tasting product, but the education that comes along with sort of a rediscovery of an old system of food preservation and its connection to us in our gut health. It wouldn't matter to me if my name was on it or not. I would still want to have a product that, improved people's diets or contributed to good health. Just putting out there what actually I do and whatever work I do, which is, I want it to be good quality work and, make the world a better place. In small ways.